friends, it is I, Alphinius Goo, wishing you a most glorious and marvelous Wintersdance. Yes, indeed, we are here for the holidays. We are here for fun, and we're going to give away some cool gifts. Yes, something from us, and something from Harry's Minis too. Ha-ha! Yes, but first, I must blow my nose. Camera Mendy. Okay.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, I gotta blow my nose.
This is, the high budget production of Goo Morning, Zyathé.
I don't want to drip on the computer.
Okay, I'm just gonna mute you for a second. Okay, so I got a new hat. My friend Cass made this for me for Christmas. Yes.
Muted right now. How can I say very cute?
Oh, Alphinius is saying very cute. There, I turned you back on.
Yes, thank you.
There you go.
I appreciate that.
Anyway, are you ready to be shown?
I don't know. I got definitely the allergies are coming out.
This is just.
This is rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, there. Now you have your totally polished
you guys stay.
New opening.
We have such a good giveaway today.
Well, more than that, this is going to be a really, really fun day. We got all kinds of things we want to talk to you about. We want some input from you today about some of the things we're thinking about for Goo Morning Zyathé going forward. And we have a whole lot of stuff that is exciting. So happy Wintersdance, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy Kwanzaa. We wish all of you Christmas people out there a wonderful day. All of you Festivus folks, for the rest of us, Hanukkah people, I think we're still celebrating Hanukkah, which honestly, there's some things I really like about Hanukkah. This continuing present festival thing that keeps rolling, Cameraman. You know what I'm talking about? You know, you keep getting presents. You know that's a pretty cool thing.
I kind of feel like we should start with a giveaway, like one of the Harry's Minis.
All right, so y'all, for all of you watching, one of our marvelous, we have a number of marvelous, talented people who do things here in our community. But Harry started a long time ago and started making these wonderful minis. And he sent a bunch of them to us for Christmas. And he wished us happy holidays and said we could give some of these away to our people. Well, we're giving some away to the Gooey people, but we're also going to give a couple away to you. So right here, cameraman, can you see it?
Yes.
Look at that cute little elf.
A little adorable
yes, I'm gonna
elf.
Put that little elf right on top of Bluey Gooey.
A great NPC or a great potential enemy of the party.
Or just hang the damn thing on the tree.
Well, there's that as well.
Then hold on a second. Then there's this one, which we're going to do later, right? So we have this one we're going to do later. Look at this. This is the Christmas present, or the holiday gift, or the Wintersdance giveaway, or whatever. But this is what it really is. Do you see that, camera, Mendy? Can you see it?
Yes.
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 So we're going to give away this one here right now. And if you haven't checked out Harry's Minis on myminifactory.com, he does a wonderful thing. I think patronage is like $1 or $3, and you get STLs, and he does lots of things for the world of Zyathé, and we love him, and we love his enthusiasm and wonderful artistry. And so there they are. So we're going to give away one of these. And by the way, Rob, thank you, my dear, and Melissa.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. So #mini to enter to win the mini.
#mini.
M-I-N-I.
Yes, M-I-N-I.
Yes.
Don't type it like Minnie Mouse, because you will not be entered. Because
Yes,
this
is a
called
Moobot.
Moobot. Yes.
Yes.
If you don't know what Moobot is, I don't either.
There we go. The entries
By the way,
are
cameraman,
rolling
you
in.
notice I am very clean now.
Yes, I know.
Yes, I got into Clint.
I'm so grateful.
No, listen, here's what happens. So
Oh.
it's freezing here. We're going to have a big snowstorm, White Christmas and all that kind of stuff that everybody loves. So it's about to happen, and we are going to enjoy this, right? But it's cold, right? So I go down, I'm like being sneaky, because I know Clint, and the shop doesn't open until like, I don't know, 8 o'clock, something like that. So I go down there, I'm like, I'm going to get there at 7:30, camera Mendy. And I'm going to be right there, and it's going to be good, and Clint will probably let me in early, and I can have a little cup of coffee.
And you're a fanboy, so you're used to waiting in lines for the things that you want.
I am a bit of a fanboy. So anyway, so I go down there, and I pull up, and it's right next to a donut shop. Mm-hmm. Fantastic donuts. By the way, I got a box for Ms. Goo and the little Grandy kids. All right, so I got a box of donuts. But I park, and I get out, and I go walking towards the store, and as I look around the corner, there are 6 people sitting outside of the barber shop. And I'm like, no, it is not possible. It is not possible. Thankfully, there were multiple barbers in the shop at 8 o'clock when they opened. I had to wait for 1 cut, not 4. So I was able to get cleaned up, which is good because Ms. Goo said she was going to throw me away for, for like with the Christmas wrapping papers. If
Oh,
I
I really doubt that. Hey
Yes.
guys, if you just joined, we're just getting the last entries for mini.
Hashtag MINI. Put it in so you get a
mini.
chance to win this marvelous little elf
I'm
from
literally
Harry's
about
Minis.
I'm literally about to pull.
We're about to pull. Are you ready?
Yes.
Hurry up. Get it in. Get it in. Get it in.
Okay, here we go. Draw entrant.
Ho, ho, ho. Or is it ho, ho? Moobot.
I'm sorry, I know who it is, and it's just so funny. I do not rig this. I do not rig this.
No,
but
we don't read this. Of course we don't.
Dennis has won again.
No way.
Yes. Okay.
Dennis, when you want to
Dennis,
go to Las Vegas.
your
right?
luck is insane.
When you want to go to Las Vegas, take me along.
Yes. And, like, he doesn't just win in Moobot. Also, when we do, like, the spinny wheel,
Yeah.
like,
Dennis
has
got the
great luck.
Yeah, Dennis got the luck. But that's okay. There's more to give
Yes.
away. And Dennis,
Yes.
you can't win again today.
Yes.
So if you want to bail out on us, you could bail out on us. But we hope you'll
he's not gonna
stay
bail.
and hang
Yeah.
out with us for the rest of this marvelous show.
Dennis, congratulations. We love you.
Congratulations.
And thank you for joining us. The reason he wins so much is because he watches, like, every week.
Yes, now
and
I will
enters
tell
every
you this
giveaway.
also. We're not going to do the big giveaway. We're going to do another special giveaway today. We're going to do a number of them for Wintersdance.
And we should tell him what the final one's going to be.
No, not yet. It's
so
let it
good.
be a surprise.
It's so good.
Just let it be a surprise.
Okay, yes.
But thank you all. I've gotten Christmas cards from people and holiday cards. I've gotten fun little...
Oh, show.
Well, right here.
Well, you have to lift it up.
Okay, I'm going to, but I have to be careful. So these are just a couple of
Just
things.
take the minis off
Rob
of it.
and Melissa sent me Bluey Gooey. Ha ha.
Bluey Goo.
Yes, little Bluey Gooey. And then, of course, Geeky sent me this thing, which everybody wants to use for their toilet seat cover. I'm kind of embarrassed by that. But
I think it's better if you put it so it's looking at you while you're
I
doing
do
your
not
business.
want. This is really weird. I mean,
you-
see, this is what. So this is why, Camera Mendy.
Yes.
This is why people say I have the crazy eye. You
Yes.
see this? And it is kind of the crazy. And Geeky, you didn't do any photoshopping or anything on this. This is actually the real thing, right? Yeah, it's a little weird. Anyway, we're going to frame it and put it up somewhere. You know, the only thing I'm disappointed in, Mr. Geeky, is that there's no signature on there that says Geeky Hoodie or anything like that. Yes, I would have loved that.
Yes.
But thank you, and thanks to everyone else for all the cards and the love and the friendship and all of that stuff. And very important, you should be checking your email if you have not, because the Faermatra'az, yes, the shapeshifters of the world of Zyathé, we have given away to you as a Wintersdance gift. It is magnificent. It is beautiful artwork. We think it has some wonderful mechanics. A little chunky. Harry, I cannot disagree with you. A little chunky. But we were very concerned about shapeshifters being OP.
What does that mean that it's chunky? For people like me who
it's
don't.
a little rules forward. It's a little strong on rules, right? A little more dice maybe ruling, a little more rules that are in place. But the reason is that the potential for a shapeshifter to be to take away the fun from others at the table, because part of the idea of character balance, right? Part of the idea of this is that everyone deserves a chance to be a hero. And if these shapeshifters can do all this cool stuff, right? Because they're already going to be a class, but also as a personage, they have all these other abilities, right? That's why someday if we do our own thing, the skills thing is going to be very interesting, because you're going to be able to pick a skill set, and there's some things that we've done in Modified 5e for many years, and a lot of things that people have said, that's a really good house rule. Some of the stuff you've already seen from us that we've published. Maybe one of these days we'll do a GUI system, but who knows? Well, that's a long way away. We got chapter 6 and chapter 7 to do. We've got to get out the Cyclopedia of the Peoples of the World of Zyathé. We've got Sundestia, indeed, and of course the most marvelous thing coming here after the first of the year in the February time frame. We're going to do this fabulous Guys and Gags thing. So it is wonderful. But make sure you check your emails, because there's a code in there for you to be able to go to gooeycube.com and be able to get the Faermatra'az, the shape-shifting race for the world of Zyathé, but for your world as well. I honestly think it's really good rules. I think that it's better than others, in my heart of hearts. Again, I don't really throw shade, but I think people who are looking at this and evaluating this will think this is pretty cool. It's our own take on it, and I think it gives a wonderful thing, and we got to give Corey, who really drove it. He was the primary worker on it, and then Marvelous Paul and Marvelous AJ, who both are very good rules people, contributed to it, and now we have put it out in the community. And we would love your opinions as well. So if you got a little thought, don't be afraid to send us a little adventures@gooeycube.com, right? Little email saying, hey, what about this? And perhaps your little idea will get put into that. But that is not the only thing. If you're not a member of the Contributors Guild, it is time. It is time for you to join, because Geisengax, which we are doing with Luke, which is an homage to honor Gary, which has all kinds of wonderful, amazing people starring in it as non-player characters. Geisengax is going to be also a community campaign. And we are going to have many folks from our Marvelous Contributors Guild hopefully contributing to Geisengax and helping make that thing super special. The specialest thing we've ever done to this point. So we'll talk more about Geisengax after we get into the first of the year. But right now, what are we going to talk about? The Faermatra'az, Cameramendi?
Yeah, I think we should, since you're
the little elf fell over. I get to stand her back up.
So
there she is.
Yes. So let me show some of your pictures.
From, the Faermatra'az?
Yes.
So if you have this already, take it out and give a look at it maybe while we're going through it. Because there's a wonderful opening, which was Corey's inspiration, and he wrote this, and it did a really nice job, about a rather famed personage in East Vedestia, who is named Tickle. But you'll have to read more about Tickle later.
I love that.
Yes, but
when
you read this, it's fantastic. We have so many marvelous creative people. I can't remember what I said. I got a little emotional. When I said I've made friends for life. And here we are talking with Ben in Germany and Tyrone and in Holland and people from the East Coast and the West Coast, and I mean it's been such a wonderful journey with you all. I cannot tell you how special it is for us. So anyway, there's a marvelous opening of the Faermatra'az lore, which is the spy's interview. By the way, all of you who wonder about these apostrophes, right? There's always just that little pause.
Also, I'm not looking at the chat right now because I'm doing a screen share. So if you guys have any questions, you're gonna have to re-put them in the chat. I'll log on my phone. Can
you bounce back and forth or something?
Hold on, I'm gonna put it up on my phone. Just give me a second.
Perfect, because we're gonna want to get some interactions too. But anyway, so the Faermatra'az are this shape-shifting people, right? But they're filamentary in structure. And so we really thought this was cool, right? But that also brings some flaws, which we are very excited about. So anyway, it opens up with this marvelous interaction with Tickle and frankly a king. And I don't want to go too much into it. I don't want to dig into it too deep because it's a great tale and has a wonderful little twisty ending, and I think you will love it. So when you do that, but the artwork was done by Benjo in here, and you can see we captured them in the act, so to speak. So the one on the cover we already have, but Cameramendi, if you keep scrolling, we can look at this marvelous soon-to-be elf shapeshifter, right? And so you can see now we did make it so that they could have not just flesh, right? But they could also put clothes. They could turn clothes. They could make clothes. But the clothes, they can't make armor, right? They can't make something metal around their wrist. It just appears that way, right? So typically, shapeshifters do not try to do all of that. They adorn themselves with armor if they're wearing armor. They adorn themselves with rings and those kinds of things that are actual things, because it's kind of easy to be able to sort of figure out that they're not actually wearing clothes and those kinds of things. So again, another thing that requires a little more planning if you're going to be a shapeshifter, to try to impersonate someone, try to make it a little more difficult on them, which it should be, right? Because it's a pretty big power to be able to shapeshift.
I'm just going to say something.
Yes, Cameramendi.
I don't know if I should say this.
You should, absolutely.
I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to say it.
Oh
my God, I don't know.
Worried. Now I'm really
I'm
worried.
on the fence. I just think, I once wrote a fan fiction for Harry Potter.
Yes.
It was about Polyjuice Potion. It was a comedy,
yes,
but it was where basically Fred and George Weasley would use Polyjuice Potion and turn into celebrities so you could have dates with the people that you're
celebritizing.
Yeah, but then I really thought about shapeshifting, and I'm like, that is wrong in so many ways.
Cameramendi, you're treading back to that area where you asked me about the guy's private parts on the front cover.
Well, the full image is just very.
Well, it don't got no chunk. We don't.
Oh my God! This is.
Is it fair for me to say this, friends?
This is going in a direction.
No. Camera Mandy she went a long way with this shape.
You don't have the full picture in here.
Yes. Oh, that one. So scroll back down. I don't have the full picture. I uploaded it though. But this marvelous elf. Like look at this, wonderful, right? And I'm giving you the really feeling of what these shapeshifters do, right? And so they're filamentary in structure. So go ahead and scroll.
I love this comment. With great power comes great irresponsibility.
All right, who said that?
Strax lives.
Magnificent indeed.
Anyway.
All right, so scroll us a little bit.
Where are we going?
All right, so then once you get past this marvelous little tale, right, and you get to the Faermatra'az as a playable race. And by the way, I just want everyone to understand, we do use the word race. And I want you to understand that it is the best descriptor and it's the most adopted. And you know we as Gooey Cube are pretty progressive in our sort of attitude toward these things, but we will use the word race in our materials, and that is not because we're trying to be obstinate or anything like that. We just feel that it is sort of in the vernacular, and we're not using it in any way, shape, or form in any kind of a derogatory method or derogatory means. And you also know that for long, since the beginning of our organization here and what we do. There is no group of people that is inherently good or inherently evil. None. Because that is not the truth. It makes the world better. It's much more realistic in the truth. And we live in that place, which is a much better place to live for all of us, I think. All right. So, yes, so we put this up. This is actually, this is Strong Arm McGillen's, and there are some fairly famous people in there. There's some of our marvelous community. And we said, can you, is there a shapeshifter present here, right? So I don't know if there is, but I still look at his cameraman when you see that. I don't know if Casey's watching right now, but Casey's really giving a hard look to poor.
He's just, it's an intense, they're having an intense conversation. They're having a philosophical debate.
Yes, but look at his nose.
I know.
He looks like he's had a little too much to do. Just, hoo-hoo. I see. Anyway, so just so you all know who are kind of watching this and going, what the heck is he talking about? Every one of these people here that you see in there, including the guy in the armor in the back, because that is...
I think he's the shapeshifter.
That is Igor, and Igor was the artist of this.
Oh.
These are all representative of player character portraits in the world of Zyathé.
Oh, I know who the shapeshifter is.
So you've got Kaya there, and you've got Carrie there, and you've got Rainy Windsong, of course, Michelle, and Jens is there, and Howard is there, and Casey, of course, and Jim, and yours truly, with Igor in the back in his armor. And so we just had some fun with it and put that in there because we haven't really used this artwork before. I thought it would be fun to put in there for people to enjoy. So that is magnificent. And then we have this marvelous Softling, who is also shape-shifting, and she looks fantastic. And of course, again, you can see sort of how they do this, right, with their thing. That's what I loved about the artwork, was it really gave the feeling of this. So as you go through it, you begin to read about how the history of them and how they became to be. And this is kind of important because they were created by the Eterns. Okay, similar, that's why the apostrophe Oz, right? There is the Inzandra Oz, right, which are the mechanized people. And they were created really to be the slaves of the Eterns. But in many ways, so were the Faermatra'az. And the Faermatra'az were created to be spies. They were created for infiltration, to try to deal with usurpers and, protect the mages. But the mages had to do some things, which you'll read about in here, to kind of protect themselves from their own creations, right? But that didn't always work. If you really go back in the history of the Faermatra'az, right, there were assassinations, all kinds of really sordid, disgusting, and terrible, and of course marvelously wonderful things for the adventure regarding them. So anyway, the woe strikes, right, and everything is torn asunder. All of them are freed, like the Inzandra-Oz. But most of them perish, just like most of the rest of the peoples on the face of the planet perished. But their ability to reproduce is very different, and this is part of the wonderful lore of it. They need Zyatherium to reproduce. And the only real source, it can be found elsewhere. There are pockets and places where Zyatherium can be gotten. But the main source of Zyatherium right now in this modern time is inside the bodies of the Inzandra'az. And so we've set up this marvelous tension between the Inzandra'az and the Faermatra'az, because the Inzandra'az, if they lose their Zyatherium, they die, right? And the Faermatra'az, in order to reproduce, need the Zyatherium.
Well, I feel like one should outweigh the other. I just put that out there. There's a living being there who
wants to create another living being.
No.
And in the minds of the Faermatra'az, the Inzandra'az are not really living because they're mechanized creatures. I'm just saying, listen, this is
how dare the Faermatra'az?
This is the wonderful
how dare
tension,
they?
But it's not all the Faermatra'az.
Now, it would be interesting if there was two in the same party, the Faermatra'az and the Inzandra'az.
Well, of course.
And then there's so many roleplay opportunities there.
Yes, and again, because no group is inherently one way or the other, right? There are Faermatra'az that think that this
How dare they, though, think that these thinking, living people are not real people?
It's not all of them. It's just some of them, right? So there is this thing that's going on. But there are other ways to get Zyatherium. And that is what others in the Faermatra'az, who are like against this practice, who believe it's very evil and all of that kind of stuff, right? They're fighting against their own people, right?
I'm so indignant. No one's seeing my face right now, but I am so indignant.
And there are actually Inzandra'az who hunt their own kind to provide Zyatherium to the Faermatra'az, but also provide Zyatherium to other applications and magical applications. So again, this is the idea of creating
this is me right now. What?
Come on, chat. Tell me the truth. Look at the chat. I bet the chat loves this shit.
Oh my God.
You have to bleep that out.
Oh, whatever. It's Wintersdance. Cuss away.
Ha-ha!
I'm just kidding. Hopefully no one's watching with their kiddos.
My apologies, my friends. Got carried away. I just love them. I love the whole dynamic of it. I love the thought of it. And, and giving credit to Corey and to Paul and to AJ. And, it's just a marvelous beginning to lore. And I also got to tell you that this is inspired by a character that Jens is playing in our home games. So we got to give a little love to Jens as well. So that is marvelous. In fact, we can say that this marvelous character that Jens is playing was the first ever Faermatra'az, and that's kind of cool, right, Cameron Mendy?
I thought Jens was playing an Inzandra'az.
He is playing an Inzandra'az in the game that I am game mastering, and he's playing a Faermatra'az in the game that Corey is game mastering.
Oh, okay, sounds good. Well,
so anyway, so when you go through here, you're going to see,
I do agree with Harry had said that this could be problematic at some tables. And I do agree that you have to have the right table to make these dynamics work and to make everyone feel safe at the tables and not,
also, again,
you don't want to feel like attacked by your players.
Oh, that happens all the time, cameraman dude. So the marvelousness of that, right, is that you could actually have these two who are actually both sort of, against this practice, which is a bad practice, right? But one of them looking askance at the other, right? And so it does make for, but eventually, right, they save each other, help each other, and they become friends, right? And that's the marvelous thing, right? So that's what I love about these kinds of dynamics, because
We've confused people. I'm sorry.
What did I say?
Oh, it said we have confused people.
How have we confused them?
Okay, it is two races. So there's the Faermatra'az, and then there's the...
Do you have an Inzandra'az to be able to show real quick? Could you do that while I talk for a moment?
I could find one.
You find one, and I'll do this. Okay, so let me do this to help you to understand. So let us go back to the time before the War of Ruin. At that time, for all of you, and I apologize, I will go do this quickly for those of you who know our lore so well and have actually helped make our lore. But before the War of Ruin, which happened about 1,200 years ago, in this time, the high magics were fully available to all the people who lived in the world of Zyathé. This is the spells of the 10th, 11th, and 12th cycles. All right? So they had tremendously powerful magics. And these were, the world was truly ruled at that time by the Eternic Empire, which was basically a bunch of mages, very, very powerful mages, who sort of run everything. Okay? Stay with that for a minute. Let me just finish what I'm saying. Now, these very powerful mages and their many cohorts, because magic was in every aspect of society. Everything in society was magic, especially in the main continent where most of the powerful Eternic people abided, which was in the center of the world. It was called Resplensia at that time. So what happened was they made people. They did not consider them people because they were enlightened, right? But they weren't that enlightened, right? They thought they were enlightened, but they weren't that enlightened. They were actually kind of...
I think that's literally every single person on the planet.
I think that is true. That is why we always strive to be better, right?
Exactly.
We always strive to be better, to give a little more than we take, to love a little more than we hate, right?
Preach. Love it.
And just be better as we can be within the scope of our life. Anyway, so the Etherns made artificial intelligence, if you want to call it that, in our world. They made people who literally had self-will, self-determination, could think for themselves and all of that stuff. And they made two, right now, this is all we know of, there may be a third. We'll talk about that later, perhaps later in the year of 2024. They made a mechanized race called the Faermatra'az. You can see an example of one of them right there on the screen, all right? So this is the Faermatra'az, and you can scroll through that, Cameraman.
I think I can, or no, that's the social media. Hold on.
Oh, you have to be. So, anyways, you can see various examples of them right there, right? So this is another one of our folios, and the Faermatra'az were created by the Etherns literally to serve them. Okay, so this is the fascinating thing about these created people.
You just made me feel really bad about having a Roomba. I don't know.
It doesn't think, Cameraman. It has no self-determination.
We don't know that for sure.
So you think your room? Okay, listen. I want everybody in the chat. Does anybody honestly believe a Roomba is self-aware?
Oh, God.
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
welcome to our Wintersdance episode, folks.
So these wonderful these wonderful Etheric creations, which are the Faermatra'az, look at the woe of ruin as their day of liberation, because they no longer had to serve these Etheric masters, who oftentimes were quite cruel. And this is a wonderful tale. Now, the Faermatra'az have within their bodies this material called Zyathé. And Zyathé is literally their lifeblood. It is a magical substance. It's very rare. It's very important in many magical applications when you're trying to push the envelope of magic, if you will. All right? And so now they have traded their Etheric taskmasters for a bit of a life of potentially being hunted by those who would steal their Zyathé and take their lives. And so this brings this beautiful and wonderful and terrifying, right, sort of aspect to the Faermatra'az. Well, there is also now this Faermatra'az. And the Faermatra'az are the shapeshifters who we were just talking about. And they were also created by the Etherns, but they are more organic in nature. So versus the Faermatra'az were truly a mechanized type of creation, the Faermatra'az actually have biology with them, right? But they still need Zyathé to reproduce. And that's why this is so wonderful. And I hope the chat is like, I hope you're liking this. I hope you're like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
I'm getting a lot of fun comments.
Yeah, I think it's...
And there's some good discussion just in there about how you would handle it at a table.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's so... When you think about the dynamics, and because we're so much about the tale. For anybody who's watching new, you know, all of our friends who've been around for a long time know, we are so much about the story being so rich and deep, right? And not, just having a bunch of characters running around and slaying dragons, right? We are about building up these characters and learning about them and making them complex and interacting, right? And sometimes not interacting well, because that actually adds to the dynamic of the adventure and the tale, right? And so part of that is, as we structure our people, the people that we are making for the world of Zyathé, is thinking about how they interact with each other and how does this work, and can people interbreed, right? Can these various different peoples actually?
Oh, you did put the full in there.
Yeah, isn't that good? Yeah, we put the full guy in there.
Sorry. Okay.
So that's what our cameraman was complaining about his junk.
I just quiet. I did not complain. I just asked. I asked a question.
I said I don't think he needs junk. I think it was okay.
No. Okay, whatever. Let's move on. I have a good question. I have a good question from Corey.
PG-13.
From Josh.
PG-13.
Oh my God.
All right.
Anyway, I will just say that we were doing a social media post, and let's just say that the way that we do, if you ever look at our Instagram or Facebook, the way that we do Alphinius Goo social media posts, Alphinius Goo's like little portrait was kind of suggestively
Yes,
over.
my shape was over his junk.
Over a certain area. Anyway.
Right. So anyway, so you can go
Wait,
through
I had a great question from Josh.
Oh yeah, go.
How do the Faermatra'az view the woe ruin?
So they also do have this feeling that they were freed, right? So they have that in commonality with the Inzandra'az. Now here's the really interesting thing. If there was enough Inzandra'az and Faermatra'az, they could actually become taskmasters. Because the power, the strength of those two peoples, right, is definitely in many ways beyond the ken, certainly of humans, right, and of many of the other peoples in the world of Zyathé. So this is the interesting thing, that there may come a time where in your game or in mine, where a group of Faermatra'az and Inzandra'az are actually have come together because they want to sort of protect themselves from the things that are going on around them. Governments want to enslave the Faermatra'az so they would be their spies. You see this? And there are certain Faermatra'az that broke out their services to governments, right? Because they can shapeshift, they can take other people, assassination, right? Infiltration, right? Interrogation, all kinds of applications for governments in particular for doing their nefarious and dirty deeds, right? Guilds, all of this kind of stuff when you think about the Faermatra'az, right? So both of these people still have a serious issue, right? The Inzandra'az because of what is inside of them in particular, the Faermatra'az because of what they can do, right? And this is the marvelousness of the soup.
I have a
This
question.
is the stew, right? This is what.
So what is their like true form?
So the true form is actually pretty close. It's the filamentary structure. But if you think about it, they really don't have a true form. Go back to the guy with the junk. Yeah, that guy right there.
Without the junk.
Right, without the junk. Sorry. So this the filamentary structure is really what they are. Right, they don't come out like a fleshy, right? They come out sort of this filamentary thing, and I sort of imagine them when they're child. They kind of are wavering and shifting into different patterns and different things because they don't really know how to control it yet, right? Then they have to grow to begin to control their shape-shifting capabilities. I mean, I just when you ponder how it can really go, I mean, it just is it's a wonderful addition to the world of Zyathé. It's wonderful.
I think it'd be very fun to play.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though
yes.
I don't appreciate some of their attitudes towards the
It's not.
Inzandra'az.
It's only. Do not be. It is only some of them.
Okay.
Others think the practice is reprehensible.
We
right?
should do.
So anyway, so in here, so you can see, just to finish it off, when you go through it, if you show the pages one more time, if you show right after the guy, right, it go past to the Softling girl.
Yeah.
No, up above. She's in there. She's actually in there twice.
Yeah.
Scroll
Like
above.
up here. Okay.
Yes, there you go. Oh, nope. So keep going. Show the words. Show the words, my dear.
Right here?
Yes, right
Okay.
there. So this is where you get all of the stuff. Keep scrolling.
Down?
Show the words. Yes, there
Like
you
this.
go.
Okay.
Yes. So you can see the true form. I can see what it is right there. The natural aura of the Faermatra'az is unlike that of any other hominid, right? And
Sorry,
hominid
Patrick asked, are their children flarf? Are their children... Sorry, I can't even read it. Are their children flarf?
No, they're flarp. Where is my flarp, by the way?
I know. I'll give it back to you for New Year's.
Yes, you
for
better.
the New Year's episode.
We have to be able to do the New Year's episode. So,
Yes.
so anyway, we can see all about this in here, and Corey started with this, and then we got some nice input from Paul, and we got some wonderful input from AJ, and a couple of other folks just threw some things in there. Of course, Jen's original concept and all of that stuff, and I think this is pretty good. Yes, it's a little chunky. It has to be in our minds because we don't want this race of individuals to be able to sort of be the end all be all. We're better than every other group. So this is part of that balancing act that you always try to follow when you're creating things. Anyway, we hope you love it. It's free to you at gooeycube.com. Check your email. You need the code to be able to get it. If you haven't gotten an email from us, and you are definitely on our list one way or the other, please do send an email to adventures@gooeycube.com, and we will figure out why you haven't received an email from us. Now, if you reported us as spam, that's your fault.
Okay, I have a question from the chat.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's for me.
Oh,
and
for
it says,
Camera
Mandy,
Mendy.
why are you so pro Inzandra'az?
Yeah, Camera Mendy.
Because they started their lives out as slaves to the Etherns, And like, I have a deep compassion for the fact that these people found their freedom and are living their truth now.
Well, I think that's cool. And
Oh,
obviously
yeah.
it's part of the what we did with
I
it,
think
right?
it is amazing. I think
it's
it
a
is an
wonderful
amazing
tale.
tale
It's a wonderful tale.
of overcoming, and like the fact that every other race on the planet viewed the Woe of Ruin as this horrible thing, and they view it as their freedom day because they were repressed people.
Yeah.
It touches me in my little heart.
Yeah.
It's not a big heart, but it's a little heart.
It's a big heart.
So yeah,
Monday.
that is why I feel very strongly. And then now they have to live the rest of their eternal lives being hunted
Yes.
for who they are, what they were made from.
Yes.
And like to always have to look over your shoulder to never know who you can trust. That's rough. That's a rough life.
And that's why a good adventuring party.
I'm very passionate about this
And
one.
that's why a good adventuring party, Camera Mandy.
Uh-huh.
People who are together. In fact, we had a wonderful. Can I digress for just a moment?
You may.
All right.
You may.
So in my home game.
While he does that, I will open up another mini giveaway.
Oh yes, you should do that.
I'm going to.
All right. So this is hashtag mini again. Yes.
Yes, I
don't
just
put
need
it
a
in
second.
yet. Don't put it in yet. Wait a moment.
Oh, yeah. Well, just how about this? I will keep doing the same one. If you have joined us since we did the last one, put hashtag mini in. So it'll be the same people from the first one.
Then they don't have to do it again?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
Not for this one. So hashtag mini if you have not already put in hashtag mini.
Okay, just put in the hashtag mini and you're fine. Just
Yes.
keep doing it. And everyone will be selected. Only one person will not be able to win.
And that is Dennis.
And this is for the mimic. Yes, this is for the little box.
Yes.
So in the home game, we're running this wonderful adventure that's sort of based on the movie The Quick and the Dead. And I've mentioned this before. And what has happened is there's all these adventuring parties that are being assigned certain tasks to go out and do things and get points to ultimately try to win this contest. That's what's going on. However, there's all kinds of nefarious activities. A couple of the adventuring parties have gone missing. There is nefarious practices going on in the Buried Boggin, which is the name of the inn and tavern where this contest takes place. It's out in the boondocks. It's in the Arbenden Forest. Anyway, all this stuff is going on. Well, just recently, one of the members, which is our friend Jens, one of the members of the party is an Inzandra'az named Ba'asik. Okay? Basic. I know, Jens. Really, bro? Really? Anyway, so as the tale has progressed, various individuals have been showing up at this inn. Even a new adventuring party that came to join. But as they walked in the door, they realized, our party did, that the entire party was in Inzandra'az. And they are trying to get Ba'asik to join them and leave the other party. So we have this magnificent thing going on right now. And they don't know, are these guys okay? Are they not okay? You know, so there's all this stuff going on. Who's killing the other adventuring parties? And anyway, it's been pretty good. And I have such a wonderful table of players. I can't even tell you. They are fantastic, right? Many have been playing for many, many years, right? And so it's just a really wonderful tale. Anyway, so now this dynamic of having, 6 in Inzandra'az, having walked in to into the inn and wanting to join the competition is all part of it. So we shall see how the tale continues as we go. I hope people like that. I think it's kind of cool.
I mean, I will say that you have told the story before.
I told the story of the Inzandra'az?
Yeah, of your table.
Oh no, I knew that. I knew I've told
Yeah.
the story, but I didn't think I'd ever told anyone about the party of Inzandra'az.
Yeah,
I did
I
mention
believe
it?
that you did, but I'm excited though to actually hear how it goes.
Well, right now they're in a place called the Ruins of Silovis, which has its own thing going on. Yes, because I am big on the I'm like an ogre with my tails. I like them to have layers, right? It's like onions, all of that stuff. So,
Congratulations to Michelle Callis for winning.
Michelle,
The Mimics.
Congratulations, my friend. Yes, magnificent.
I'm sorry, I'm feeling all attitude-y today. I keep
Happy
going-
Wintersdance. What's the new hat coming?
Yeah, and
Do
I
that
got
again.
all,
Do that little.
and I got all fired up about the Inzandra'az and the Faermatra'az, which I'm sure is a cool race. And
I
all
kind of
that,
look
so.
like I'm having a convulsion.
That's just general. Okay, congratulations.
Oh, I always
Michelle.
look like I'm having a convulsion.
Okay, I'm going to announce what the next giveaway is. It's actually in front of you. It's under the
I
blue.
know. I have to move. I have to move.
Bluey
Bluey,
Goo.
Bluey, gooey, blue, gooey, bluey.
And we only have 20 minutes left of our episode, so.
Is everybody having a good time? We doing
I
a good
hope
job with
so.
our thing here? Let's try Bluey Gooey right there. See if. Oh, look, it is Mel. Hello, Mel. She is here to do some extra shipping because we've had a lot of people ordering things. Yes, my friends, this is. Oh my God, Bluey Gooey just took a dumper. I didn't break.
I don't think it was even on camera. I forgot to switch back over to you.
Oh, so good. It wasn't on camera. That's good.
Yeah, it just the
And
noise
the
of it
fortunate
was
thing, the fortunate thing is that first of all, Bluey Gooey landed straight up, so I don't understand that. Secondly, none of Harry's minis were destroyed, thank goodness. And thirdly, I didn't really have a heart attack. So all of those things are wonderful. So there we go. But this is the limited edition Cyclopedia Zyathé, Volume 1, The Weirded World, with the Tower of Goo on the cover, with the red star in the background, Luneos peeking out from behind the clouds, and Vixen, the blue moon, showing in the background as well. And we're going to give one of these away. There aren't many of them in the world. They are special. They are something we promised a long time ago, and we are proud to have finally gotten them done. There are 4 special limited editions of all of the lore books that we have published thus far. Weirded World, East Verdestia, West Verdestia, and Weirded Magics. So, what are we doing?
Hashtag.
Are we doing it right now?
No, we'll do social media, but they can start entering.
They can start entering.
Hashtag dance.
Dance, like Winter's dance, but without the winters.
Yeah, I thought Wintersdance might be aggressive. So I
Hashtag dance.
Hashtag dance.
Yeah, that's the convulsion thing.
Yes, exactly. So, and if you don't want it here, they are going to be available for sale coming up here.
Yes, we're going to have a few available.
Yes, we did not, I will tell you guys that we had kind of a rough week because it was the week before Christmas. And so a few things did not get up that we wanted to, like the maps. But in the new year, they will go up and they will be amazing.
Well, listen, I just am so, that picture right there with those wonderful tomes and, and some very special artworks for us, right? We have.
And Alphinius will be signing all of them.
Oh yeah, you get a sign. Any one of the limited editions, you get a signature.
Yes.
Again, remember that, friends. It's worth absolutely nothing, but you never know. Right, Cameraman?
Yeah. Well, it's worth something to me.
So on the cover of each one of these, if you're looking at the picture right there, we have our marvelous necromantic practicer on the bottom on Weirded Magics. She is unnamed. I should have named her. I think she's just a wonderful piece of artwork. Power and strong and
her name's
just,
Mandy.
Oh, she can beat Mandy.
Powerful.
There's Mara Mandy already.
Well, no. This is just Mandy.
Oh, this is just Mandy.
Just Mandy. Yeah, just Mandy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. So
Okay.
Mandy, Mandee, Mandee is on Weirded Magics. Harnesh, who is the magnificent ruler of Magdunog, in West Verdestia, is on the cover of that limited edition. We have the Queen and the Vampire, which is one of my more favored pieces of artwork we've ever done, on the cover of East Verdestia, and then the Tower of Goo on the Weirded World. And they are beautiful, and they are wonderfully filled with lore and all kinds of fabulous stuff going on therein. So anyway, my friends, I'm excited that we're giving one of these away.
This is actually a good question from the chat.
Yes, please.
How about making just the alternate covers available as downloads? So, like, could you download the Weirded World with the limited cover?
So part of the reason of doing the limited edition is not to have it all out there, right? And so that's the reason that we typically don't do
So if
that.
you buy the limited edition physical, you still get a digital download, but it will be with the original.
That's correct.
Okay.
Because otherwise people can counterfeit.
Yeah.
And so you try your best with anything you're doing limited edition to sort of limit the digital provisioning of that. Even though they are lower resolution, they still could be counterfeited, by others, by nefarious people, right? So you get the digital of the regular, you don't get the digital of this marvelous limited edition version.
But that said, I will do some prints, and we can do some
Well,
giveaways.
some of our another thing for this next year is starting to get some of our artworks up because because many people have asked for some of these artworks because, frankly, they are magnificent and they would look wonderful on walls. I mean, the Queen. I think about all the time because Cameramendi, Ms. Goo and I have had discussions, and she is okay with me changing the walls down there around our game table because I'm going to give the pool table to Mike, and I'm going to get a big game table made, and I want to put a lot of our artworks around the table.
Perfect.
And so as I do that, as I'm able to do that for them, I want to take some of these really wonderful artworks that we have from the world and put them around as well, along with some maps.
All right, let's do some social media.
All right, let's do it, because we got some great ones.
Yes. So I was very excited yesterday to find out that someone anonymous is back with a certain newsletter.
Yeah, I don't think it's anonymous. Isn't anonymous like some kind of a sneaky hacker organization in the world? Does somebody know much about this anonymous thing? Because I think I've heard about this.
I think that the newsletter was really good this week, and I laughed out loud about the day of hat remembrance. Remembrance. If you've lost a hat.
Yes, and are we giving away the Shenanigan Awards today, or are we waiting till New Year's for doing that?
I haven't even gotten them printed. I'm going to be honest.
Okay, so
it'll be like next year.
So the Shenanigans. Well, we got to do Shenanigan Awards for 2023.
Oh my gosh!
And then we need to start 2024.
I will see if I can do it next week.
Yeah, because there's definitely 3 or 4 that are sort of top of the Shenanigans
list.
Yes, we know this.
It's
right?
true.
We definitely know this.
So yeah, great newsletter from Anonymous.
Really
I mean, if
good.
the person posts anonymous, do they get the points for the shenanigans?
Everyone knows it's Patrick. Geeky has his own style. Yes, Geeky definitely has. Oh my God, I knocked the. Oh God, I hope it hurt it.
Oh my goodness, what is with you today?
I don't know, I'm clumsy.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's fine.
It's an Oculus. It's
an
sturdy.
Oculus. Yes, but Geeky does stuff like this.
Yeah.
This has got its own particular
Flavor.
brand flavor. Yes.
Yes.
It's just all of that stuff. Yes, and so anyway. So let's just show some things else. But this is magnificent. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, you should watch it, right?
So Paul posted some. We have not seen some builds from
Yeah,
Paul.
Paul, how come you haven't been showing Bill's lately? We only see Todd's. We love Todd's, but we love yours too.
Yes, and I was very excited to see a post of Paul's builds. So
yes, and again, these are so wonderful. Take a moment and click through the pictures and look at these marvelous tabletop builds. We are so blessed to have these wonderful people in our group who run these tabletops, and I try to put up some too, right, when we're doing it.
Dennis says I should take his mini away from you, so that way you don't destroy it.
I won't, Dennis. Goodness gracious.
He didn't say
Just because I'm drinking
out.
scotch in my coffee, why would you think I would cause any problems this morning?
But yes, no, they're marvelous pictures, and I was really excited to see some of Paul's builds.
Yes, and again, I want to remind you all, if you've got a little comment on the Faermatra'az, and we need you to be a member of the Contributors Guild, but if you've got a little comment on the Faermatra'az, send us an email. Say, hey, what about this? Because we love having our community input. You know this. If you've been around for a while, you know this. Our community has helped shape the world of Zyathé. 300, 400 people are in the world of Zyathé as characters. I mean, it's crazy.
Your number's always wrong. It's around 200.
Oh, not true. I will sit with you
I
after
have the
this
document.
meeting. I can show you that just in our employees alone, there's like 60.
Okay,
Employees and friends.
hashtag dance, by the way, for anyone who's just joining us to win the limited edition Weirded World. If you have not already.
Dance.
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 Like, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so this.
And listen, if you're not checking out the Den, you got to check out the Den. We have so many creative people putting up so many wonderful things. I mean, just
look at this one from Michelle.
Yeah,
Or not, this one's from Christina.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, see again. I encourage. Some people have said, well, this doesn't really have anything to do with games, but I really, really want you to understand. The creativity. I've been in the creative business my entire life as an advertising creative director, my entire adult life, and I find inspiration for my games all over the place, right? And even this right here, and Christina actually did a job in this. The Snow Moon Tree, she actually put some lore in it. But even, Kevin or Hans, right, or Michelle, or goodness gracious, Adam, right, or others who post up these just marvelous pictures, even in our own world, or artworks like Jim posts up, right? These things all help spur our ideas and our thoughts, right? And help make the den a real creative space that I just love and admire and appreciate so much the folks who take the time to do this for us and put these up. So anyway, go back.
Yeah, this is Rich.
Yeah, because Rich got chapter 5, right? And
Yep.
and of course now I can get the questions about 6 and 7. So we're going to bash those. But first Darkenhaven, right? Darkenhaven and the Gloomport are first. And as soon as we get Darkenhaven and the Gloomport done, then we are going to start dancing on these other things. We'll have plenty of time to do Guys and Gags. So the delivery on Guys and Gags is going to be quite a few months out because it's going to be a big box. And it's going to have, obviously, a very substantial adventure, The Tomb of Guys and Gags. So we'll have plenty of time to do that and still be able to get out chapters 6 and 7. Yes, this is David Stormer put this up, right? Because there's Wintersdance and gave a little homage to our wonderful friend Chet. And this magnificent Merry Wintersdance indeed. And always, David, thank you for lifting our spirits and making us smile, and your marvelous character. And then Harry, this is pretty good. You know, thank you for not having me in a bonnet. Thank you.
No, the bonnet is the best.
Thank you for not having me in that hat. And I love the big old mimic on the staff. I'm gonna have to get one of these printed and. In big. I'm gonna have to get it printed big.
Yeah, it should be like a whole statue. But Harry did this live on an episode of Creative Goo that's actually going to be, I think it's scheduled to go up at like 2 this afternoon.
Yes.
Our time.
Yes.
So if you have a chance to catch it, kind of see the design process. And I believe he was taking input from the people who are watching live about what...
Well, and the thing about Creative Goo, it's very interesting because Harry doesn't get a lot of people who watch on Thursday nights. Part of it, I think, is because it's Thursday nights, right? Yeah. But his videos are getting all kinds of views after he posts them, right? Because people are searching for this kind of information. So I have a feeling over time, Harry's going to build a bigger and bigger audience, you know? And it's great. It's a great show, Harry. And I try to tune in when I can. It's been a little bit of a weird quarter, though. So we'll see about the next year, what goes on. Camera Mandy, I'm looking smooth right now.
Oh my
I can see myself on the TV, you know? Clint, look at this. It's very shapely. Yes. The neck is clean. Yes, very good. Ms. Goo will not beat me up when I go home. And oh yes, this was great, James. So James said, "Come on then, let's hear your worst Christmas cracker Zyathé jokes. I'll start. What do the Faermatra'az use to clean their hands? Sanitizer."
It literally made me laugh out loud.
It did. I laughed out loud.
And then I read it to Dory, and she laughed out loud.
Now, what about mine?
Okay, what do you call a booger that has been brought to life by magic that likes to sing? A Gooey Cube. Did I do that right?
Yeah, a Gooey Cube. A Gooey Cube. That's not bad. I mean, for a spur of the moment, made up on the spur of the... Okay, chat. I just what I want. If you thought it was okay, give us a thumb up. If you thought it sucked, you can give us a thumb down. I just want to know. Let's see the vote. A Gooey Cube. A goob is a booger.
Chelsea says that she loves it.
Thank you, Chelsea.
So...
Thank you, my darling. You're marvelous. A Gooey Cube.
Okay.
Okay, what about yours, cameraman? Did you even put one up there?
No, I'm not clever in that way.
And Keith, of course, looking very Santa.
Dapper.
Yeah, incredible.
Dapper.
Keith is always clean.
Yeah.
I'll speak the truth. Keith don't got Clint, but he got a good barber somewhere. Yeah. Keith is always very clean. You know?
Yeah. Anyway, just so dapper with the gooey shirt. Very, very D&D. I love it.
Yes. And another of Harry's minis, which is up here, right?
Yeah. I love this one.
He's doing townsfolks.
Yeah.
Right, which is nice. It's always nice to have a nameless rabble, right? To be able to interact with or to have them come at you with pitchforks and
I don't know. This looks like someone who's seen some action.
Oh, she'd probably take care of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Todd put up a wonderful Christmas homage, a little Christmas square. We would call it Wintersdance in Zyathé, right? And it was very wonderful. Yeah. And Todd, thank you for the well wishes. We will be putting up our own little thing on Christmas Day. I really hope whatever you celebrate this time of year with you and the ones you love, I hope it is a marvelous time for you and the ones you love, indeed.
Okay.
Yeah. This Kevin put it's so funny.
Here's the thing. Okay. I never really talked about this. I lost my little Shih Tzu earlier this year.
Little Kiwi.
No, that was Kimmy's dog. Lily.
Sorry, little
Lily is my dog.
We lost.
Kiwi.
I just want to say something.
Kiwi was a few years ago.
2023 was a rough year.
Yes.
We also lost Bert.
I know.
And then, of course, all the other things.
Yes.
We are looking forward to a little more happier 2024. But
For
yes,
sure.
that's right. This was your first Muttley.
Yes.
Little Lily.
Late Lily.
The
yes.
underbite.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this movie of these dogs, if you have not seen it, it is priceless.
It is priceless. And they're coming for you. You see, they have little scissors that are bloody.
It is the fun. It will make you overjoyed. I'm going to start crying just thinking about it. Yes. It is the thing that, I mean, they're little Chuckies or something like that. I don't know what the whole costume was.
Yeah, I think
they're so much joy.
They're Chuckies. They are little Chuckies. So it was so funny. And again, this is the thing, right? Laughter, mystery, intrigue, beauty, right? Scary things, right? All of this, it bubbles in your creative mind. You know, and I really, you know, if you've ever seen a Kim the Marketing Guy video thing, you know, I've had a storied career. And I've had the privilege of working with incredibly creative people for most of it. And I cannot tell you how important it is if you want to be a writer, if you want to be an artist, if you want to be a videographer, if you want to be a photographer, any of these things that start dancing in the creative realm, stretch those creative muscles. That's why sometimes, are you trying to play it?
I was trying to play it, but it's not working.
I don't know if we can do that. But are people asking to see it played?
No, I just wanted to. But with that said, I have the monster. I have Lady as a monster. You keep talking for just a second.
So this was Pear who did this, right?
Oh, what is happening here? I see what was going on. Guys, this is a low budget production moment. Stick with us, because we're going to be giving away... Here, let's try this. There we go.
There they go. Yes, beware the little Chuckies. Yes, I think it's pretty funny. Some people are like, that's really stupid, cameraman.
I don't care. This tickles my soul. And then give me a second, and I'm going to send over.
Well, the thing is, I think it has more relevance too if you can show the picture.
I'm going to.
So this is the new little Muttley, who's I call her Muttley.
We should give some backstory. So give backstory.
Go ahead. Okay, so we obviously. We lost some of our puppers this year, along with other great tragedies. We had a rough year, and we love our dogs, right? And we love them, but Mandy, you know, wanted to find a rescue dog and have a new puppy, and all of a sudden this little goofy dog shows up in Mandy's arms. Now,
well, I was saying backstory about like what Carrie did in the den.
Oh. Well, you do that.
Okay. Well, here. I'm sorry. This has gone just completely off the rails.
Cameraman, how did I know? I thought you were talking about the dogs.
Okay. So last week we showed Carrie's social media post where she had.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, where she had created stats because my dog is a rescue dog. She has some like emotional abandonment issues.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. And she has like a little, but anyway, so Carrie had made this monster that was a, desolation hound.
Well, you can find it in the den.
Yeah.
Just look in the den, you'll find it.
And it basically is like this cute monster. And
well,
then,
it's not it's a little bit of a shapeshifty thing,
yes.
Right? Because unfortunately, you don't have the first picture.
I'm trying to find it. Yeah.
So what we did was we went to Pear, another marvelous artist, and had Pear do the little Muttley as little Muttley, right? That can be encountered in the gloom port. So this little creature will be in the gloom port as little Muttley. But the problem is you take home little Muttley and you end up with this.
I could have had this better orchestrated for this reveal.
I think people are loving this,
okay.
Mandy.
Yes.
Right, we're doing good right now, my friends. It's been a fun time.
Yes.
So,
okay. Before we go, I have just a couple of announcements that I was supposed to make earlier.
Come on, Mandy.
I know, and then we're going to pull
the
the
audio wasn't working, and we thought,
and then we're going to pull the winner for the thing. Yes, yes. Okay. Genghis Khan is coming.
Genghis Khan is coming.
And it is going to be amazing because not only are we doing 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 nights of gooey events for Genghis Khan. And so It starts with
Come on, Mandy, I'm a little old for this. You know, all that drinking.
There's not going to be that much drinking. I just want to give a quick overview for anyone who's thinking about coming to Genghis, so that way they know what to expect.
Yes.
And also, if you're still interested in coming, I think there's still tickets available.
Yes,
and
but it's getting thin.
It is going to be so much fun.
Yes, come if you can come. We have the Gooey people come, and it's our home convention. We love Donnie and Andrea.
Yes.
It's just such a good time, and it's it's intimate, right? But still big enough to be really a lot of fun. Run lots of games. It's February 24th.
The weekend of the 23rd. I
Weekend
believe.
of the 23rd.
February 23rd.
Yes. But Wednesday night, Andrew.
Okay, I was gonna.
You can do this. Go.
Don't step on me. That's what you would say.
My apologies.
I'm just kidding. Wednesday night starts with a wonderful pizza mixer at Andrew's house. And then Thursday night, we have the Great Gooey Dungeon Game Show, hosted by Alphinius Goo.
That's me.
That will be streamed live, so that way anyone who isn't there in person can win prizes and join us and have a great time.
And anybody who's come to that game show knows that almost everybody walks away with a prize.
True.
And some walk away with some really good prizes. And I believe that we have a number of celebrities that will be participating again this year. The list is not yet final, but it will soon to be come out. But I think our friend Luke might be one of them. Yes. And a few others. We shall see.
Oh, wait. Geeky's saying it's actually February 14th to 19th.
Ah, there it is. Good. That's good. February 14th through February 19th.
I'm sorry. Now I'm looking on my calendar. Oh, the 15th through the 19th.
So the 14th would be Wednesday night.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. But then the new events that are happening. Friday night, we are having what we are calling the Gooey Gamble. And that is a casino night with loads of decks of Perilous Fortuity games. It's a big game. You can win lots of prizes. It's going to be lots of fun.
Yes.
Details pending, but we're getting there.
Yes, we are very excited about this. We think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a little Hanatazi, and a lot of the Goo crew are going to be sort of the dealers and that stuff, including perhaps yours truly.
Well, definitely yours truly, and
Yes,
definitely my truly.
When you got me hooked up to do my game, because
we're working on that. That's that's happening. Okay.
Some people deserve a good game, and I'm going to do my best to give them one.
Okay, but then Saturday night, we are having Goo Done It.
Yes.
A LARPing light murder mystery party set in Zyathé. Goo Done It.
Yes.
Sorry.
And I want to say right at the beginning.
Yes.
I am not guilty.
Maybe Alfabio, though.
Alfabio is not showing up. Cameraman, do you know?
Oh my God, you should do it as Alfabio. You should do the casino night as Alphinius and Goo Done It as Alfabio.
Okay, here's the deal.
Support in the chat, please.
If you can figure out how to get my body to look like Alfabio's,
You're beautiful just the way you are. I think most people will agree with this. And then we conclude Sunday night with a fireside chat with Alphinius Goo and just a good time with our people.
This is where we all sit around and drink.
So, anyway, I'm just saying.
And of course, we're running a bunch of games.
What?
Yes,
and then on top of that, there will during the morning and in the early afternoon, we will be having games, and then at night we will have the big community events for everyone who wants to join. So it's going to be an amazing time.
We think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, with that, I'm going to go ahead.
No, stop. I got one more thing to say.
Oh, okay.
First of all, Matt and Casey, right?
And Mark and Corey.
Corey, and all of our wonderful game masters that are stepping up to run these wonderful games. Excellent people. Our folks run great games, and we have a number of them that are coming that are going to be fantastic. So, that is it. Come to Genghis Khan if you can. Hang out with us. Be gooey. Yes. What else, Cameraman D?
I'm drawing the winner.
We're drawing the winner. I have to blow my nose.
Oh my God.
Quickly.
Really, right now?
I have to. Quickly. Just Cameraman D, switch. Look at this. Switch away.
I already drew the winner.
Switch.
Oh my God, what is happening?
I had to sneeze, cameraman.
Oh, it's too late.
God, I told you.
I was drawing the winner. I didn't know what was happening.
Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire, cameraman.
That was a sight. Wintersdance, folks.
Thank
you for joining.
Everybody say bless you, Alphinius. All right, who won?
Lydia Chan. I know. She won the map. Congratulations. These people, I don't know. They are just very lucky. They just have all. So
Anyway, we're doing a New Year's.
And we love you, Lydia. Like, you are an amazing
Yes, of
EO.
course.
Thank you for everything you
Absolutely. Listen, here's the deal.
What?
We're starting other giveaways.
Yeah.
The New Year's special is coming up next week. We're going to start talking about the next Goo Morning Zyathé, with the sort of iteration of it. And there's a lot of things to come in the year of 2024. We're very, very excited. May all your adventures and the rest of your new year and your marvelous holidays be wonderful and sticky. Aha! Thank you, Cameraman D. Thank you all.